wonders who are joining us this beautiful day. Today, as you can see from the screen, we are going to be dealing with jargon. And I assure you that you are going to be enjoying this in a few minutes for the simple reason that I should say, we're going to be dealing with some teachers' secrets. Right, and as you can see, there is your presenter of the day. Good. Let us look at definitions and examples of jargon. Now, there we are. There's your definition. Jargon. Special words or expressions used by a profession or group that are difficult for others to understand. And the reason why I know that every single one of you watching now knows what jargon is. It's simple. You all use it. Every single group of you guys out there use jargon in your own individual groups. So it's done in various ways. You'll use either specialized language or specialized terms or acronyms, which are abbreviations that form a word, or phrases, all these things. And I'll give you a special treat today. I'm going to let you into the secrets of teachers' jargon. You see this here? Educational jargon. All these mysterious words that you've been hearing, and now you're finally going to find out what they mean. Let's start with ADHD. And there you can see this is this attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And there you've got the full definition: condition in which an individual has difficulty sustaining attention, etc., etc. In other words, you're the naughty kids in the class. But let's move on slightly. Here you've got a word which we like to use. It's called brainstorming, flinging ideas around. You see there, generating lots of ideas from many individuals. Okay, and then you've got also creative thinking, and your definition there, generating new ways of looking at a situation. Well, actually, that's one of the definitions. There are many others. We also refer to this as thinking outside the box, thinking in a new way. Classic example would be Elon Musk, knowing that the old ways of space travel weren't working or weren't yet practical, so he came up with entirely new ideas. Right, disruptive behavior. I think you all know what that is. That's once again the naughty kids in the class who specialize in breaking up the lessons of the teachers. And there's the official definition: any behavior that interferes with or impedes a teacher's ability to teach and the student's abilities to learn. Okay, I think that's perfectly clear. Let's move on to more examples of educational jargon. Here's an interesting one: extrinsic motivation. A good example of this is when the teacher offers a prize to somebody who achieves the best. Boy, then people are motivated, especially if it's a cash prize and a nice big one. But here we are. Here's the actual definition: when an individual is motivated by outside factors or other people, as opposed to being motivated from within. Okay. Then we have heterogeneous groups. And there, as you can see, groups of students of mixed abilities. Okay, that's my favorite type of class, but I'll go into that in a minute. And here you have mental imagery. And the official definition is creating pictures or images in one's own mind. But I like to think of this as when you are reading a novel, or when you are hearing or reading poetry, and the poem or the novel it's so well written that it enables you to picture clearly what is going on or what is being described. Multiple intelligences. Now, this is actually Gardner's theory of intelligences, which I regard not as a theory, but as an absolute fact. It says here that human beings have 8 separate intelligences that determine how they learn. And from my own observation in the classroom for many, many years, this is true. Everybody's a genius in his own way or her own way. The problem is that in the schooling set of circumstances, all we focus on is the logico-mathematical or the linguistic. But let's take a look at a few more of these examples of jargon. Prior knowledge, prior means before. So it's obviously the knowledge a learner already has about a topic or subject. That's quite straightforward. A rubric. Oh, we teachers, we love rubrics. It's a document that describes varying levels of performance from high to low for a specific assignment. And remember that we use rubrics to mark your work. As easy as that. Every time that you guys write an essay or a transactional piece or something like that, we assess it by using a rubric. Then we have here summative evaluation. Now, as we all know, the summit of a mountain is once you get to the top. So this is similar, the evaluation that occurs at the end of a unit of study. You've climbed your mountain, you've reached the top. Now we're going to tell you whether you've done it successfully or not. And here we are. Here's this other one that is highly prized in the schools. Verbal linguistic intelligence. And it's basically using and speaking language effectively. There you are, perfectly straightforward. It sounds like a very grand item of jargon, but in actual fact, you know exactly what it is. It's just how good you are with languages. Now, let's take a look at something different. Let's take a look at computer jargon, which for me is a language from another planet. So I've taken some of the examples that have always confused me. Anyway, here's AI, artificial intelligence, right? So it's intelligence demonstrated by machines. And here in the definition, I found it gave an example of AI in 2024 is Chat GPT. So there, I've left an official date stamp on this. It's in 2024 that this broadcast is being made. Right, then you have a byte, B-Y-T-E. And there we are, unit of data. Now, what's very interesting, it says a unit of data because data is itself a plural word. But anyway, I won't go into that now. But it contains 8 binary bits, and I bet you didn't know that because I didn't know that before I prepared this, which is a series of 8 zeros and ones. So it's always in a series of 8 zeros and ones that everything happens on your computers. Dark web. I was very tempted, so I did include it. It says here, part of the World Wide Web that is only reachable via special software and applications. Dark web allows users to operate whilst remaining untraceable. Doesn't that sound sinister? Okay, HTML, and that's hypertext markup language. Very similar. I had to many years ago. I had to look up HTTP because I kept seeing this and I didn't know what it meant. HTTP actually stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And if it has an S behind it, it then means it's secure. So you don't use that without an S, but that's another story. So here we are, hypertext markup language, and it's a universally known system that allows you to achieve font colors, graphics, and hyperlinks to be used on the World Wide Web pages. Okay, so that's basically what enables the World Wide Web, www. Okay, PDF. Now, a lot of people use PDF files without knowing what it means. And here you have that it's portable document format. It's a file format and it says for capturing and sending electronic information so that it can be viewed in exactly the intended format. Sometimes if you send stuff in Word, it becomes corrupted and changes slightly on different computers. Whereas this one, wow, it means that no matter what you send, it's going to be exactly as you intended it to be. Okay, USB. We've got USB ports all over our computers. I'm looking at 3 on mine right now. Universal Serial Bus. Okay, and basically it's places where you plug in everything to your computer. But here's your definition: a common interface that enables communication between devices and a host controller, such as a computer. Now, I could not allow this to end without giving you some examples based on soccer, as we call it in this country, or football, as they call it in the UK. Here's some of this jargon, and a lot of this I didn't know before. Right there we have lifting the silverware. And in England, that means winning a trophy. Clear enough? Nutmeg, or as you guys call it, if you are a speaker of Sesotho, Ishibobo. Kick a ball through the legs of a player. A very cunning move which I've never been able to achieve. Step over. And this is another one that drives me mad because I can't do it. A set of moves over and around the ball without kicking it to confuse an opposing player. I am, in those instances, the confused player. Head for an early bath. Okay, and that one means leave the game because of being sent off. Either because you took a dive or because you fouled somebody. Right, the wall. And this one is quite well known, a line of players trying to block the way to the goal. Then you have a super sub. I didn't know this before today. A player who often scores as a substitute. You've got go the right way. It's referring to a goalkeeper. Guess correctly which way a player will kick a ball at the goal. And if you go the right way, you've got a good chance of saving. Climbs, jump to head a ball. You've got good in the air, good at jumping to head a ball. And you've got back heel, kick the ball behind you. It's logical, at least. And you've got a game of two halves, a game in which the final result can be very different from the score at half time. This doesn't only apply to soccer or football, as it's called. I've seen many other games in which this can be applied. And I'm going to remember this particular piece of jargon for use in the future. Now, that's all I have for you today, but please don't go away. There's also this simple task. There you are. It's a very easy little multiple choice quiz for you, and I think it's pretty good fun. See if you can tackle that and get full marks for it. To all of you who have listened, thank you very much. I hope you found this fun and informative. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll meet again next week, Monday. Goodbye.